The Los Angeles Lakers have had a tough start to the 2021-2022 NBA season. LA is currently in 6th place in the Western Conference with a 22-23 record. With star players like LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and Anthony Davis, this club has underperformed thus far. They're currently a play-in team and may miss the playoffs if they continue to struggle. The Lakers have been highly rumored in the run-up to the trade deadline. According to Bleacher Report, the Lakers called 4 well-known names before the deadline. This creates a crowded setup for the trade deadline for the Lakers. In reality, the Lakers' quest to save their season could hinge on any of these targets. As such, we'll examine Bleacher Report's 4 reported targets, plus an additional suitor suggested by another source, to determine if the purple and gold can actually land any of them. At number 1, Harrison Barnes. Bleacher Report surprisingly links Sacramento Kings' Harrison Barnes to the Lakers. Given the rumor mill's focus on Sacramento and the team's apparent vulnerability to NBA deals, LA's due diligence on Barnes is justified. Barnes, a 10-year NBA veteran, started at power forward for the Golden State Warriors in 2015. Barnes has been a strong rotational player for Sacramento for 3.5 seasons, averaging 15.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. Barnes can play any forward position for the Lakers and provide offense while also providing defense. In addition to LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the 29-year-old would provide a much-needed lift to the Los Angeles Lakers. While Barnes makes sense for the Lakers, his salary makes a deal unlikely. LA would have to do some major haggling to obtain a good deal on the forward this season. The Lakers also reportedly irritated the Kings by abandoning an offseason deal for Buddy Hield in favor of Russell Westbrook, as reported by The Athletic. That may deter the Kings from working with the Lakers again. Barnes would be a wonderful acquisition to the Lakers if they could just put the past behind them. At number 2, Myles Turner. A league-wide interest in Myles Turner has risen after The Athletic revealed in December that the Indiana Pacers may rebuild this year. The Lakers have inquired about his availability, and according to Bleacher Report, he would be a reasonable trade target for them. Turner is the ideal big man for the Lakers. Since Davis's injury, Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan have struggled to stay in the rotation. Obviously, James can't play this position consistently, and Davis is known to favor the 4 to the 5. Turner may be the big man that they need to address both problems. The 25-year-old would be a fearsome presence down low, leading the league in shot blocking. When Davis returns, this offensive combo may be unstoppable. On offense, he can score close to the hoop or spread the floor. He'd be a wonderful fit on both ends. Again, the issue with Turner is his pay. Making $17.5 million this season and next, the Lakers would have to negotiate. It doesn't help that they lack desirable assets to attract Indiana's attention. Turner may help turn things around, but the Lakers' lack of assets makes it doubtful that they can get him. It's hard to imagine the Pacers pursuing Talen Horton-Tucker and Kendrick Nunn alone. At number 3, Jerami Grant. The Lakers have been linked to Jerami Grant, who is currently the hottest commodity on the trade market. Their desire is understandable considering the forward's versatility. Grant, a 6'8" forward who can play several positions, might assist the Lakers defensively. By taking on top-tier jobs nightly, he relieves James and Davis. Grant has averaged over 20 points in each of the last 2 seasons, and while his shot attempts would dwindle as the team's 4th option, he's still a threat to score in double figures. A two-way guy like Grant could be what this LA club needs right now. Of course, the Lakers' main issue once again is his contract. With a cap hit of $20 million this season and $20.1 the next, the purple and gold would have to work hard to compete. Again, Horton-Tucker and Nunn could be good places to start, but the Detroit Pistons will likely demand more for a quality player being traded before the deadline. Although rival teams can give more for the Lakers for Grant, the Lakers should make a serious push. At number 4, Ben Simmons. The most talked about target is Ben Simmons. Unlike the other players on this list, Simmons' fit on this roster makes him difficult to picture in a purple and gold uniform. Sure, he'd boost their defense, but Simmons can't shoot jumpers and can't space the floor. This season, the Lakers have struggled with Westbrook's inability to shoot the ball, causing spacing issues. Simmons would do nothing to help. In fact, he might just worsen them. Aside from his on-court fit, the Lakers' ability to trade for Simmons remains unclear. The guard is in the 2nd year of a 5-year deal worth $177 million, and the only option to add him to the payroll is to trade Russell Westbrook to the Sixers. While the Lakers would love to trade him, the Sixers would immediately hang up the phone. Philly believes that they can get a superstar in return for Simmons, and Westbrook at this point is not a superstar. At number 5, Gary Trent Jr. This one got a lot of attention. They're interested in Toronto Raptors guard Gary Trent Jr., according to Hoops Hype. Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype says that LA was only conducting its due research, but any trade talks involving the 23-year-old were certain to fail. Trent would theoretically fit in well with the Lakers. In Toronto, he's averaging 16.4 points and shooting 36.8% from 3. Trent's excellent shooting would give the Lakers another solid perimeter threat. The more talented three-point shooters the team has, the better. Trent is the most team-friendly athlete on this list, as he's in the first year of a 3-year deal worth $51 million. Still, the Raptors are unlikely to trade their promising shooting guard anytime soon. Trent's potential is sky high at such a young age, and the Lakers have no assets to attract the Raptors. If LA called to check on Trent, it was probably a quick call. Do you guys think that LA is going to be making any deals ahead of the deadline? Let us know your opinions in the comments section down below. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Top NBA, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. We'll see you guys next time.